stay safe and good health. Myself, D. Gowrishankar, Assistant Professor from Department of EC of New Prince Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology, Chennai. Welcoming everyone for the national webinar on Industry 4.0 titled Career Opportunities in Multimedia. Our institution, New Prince Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology, began its journey in 2008 and has been continuously evolving and emerging as center of excellence in various aspects. It is NAC accredited and ISO certified institution. Our institution has sane and serene campus that provides an environment which is conducive for personal and intellectual growth. We have an excellent infrastructure with well-equipped laboratories and library for effective delivery of curricula. Our institution has highly qualified faculty members with rich experience in academics, research, and industry. We have various centers like Tech Superweb, Intel Intelligence Lab to empower the knowledge and skills of faculty members and students. We also have active placement training cell to assist the students in getting placed in top MNCs. Now it's my pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Mr. Yogesh. He's a technical coordinator, game environment artist from Image Creative Education, Chennai. He has 9+ years of experience in the creative industry, who worked in both production and teaching domain as well. Image Creative Education was launched in the year 1996. It's India's first professional multimedia training institute. Today, we are more privileged to have an opportunity to listen to such a trainer from a renowned organization. On behalf of all gathered here, we welcome and thank you, Mr. Yogesh, for accepting our invitation to conduct this webinar. Mr. Yogesh, this is your proceeding. You can carry on.
Okay, so first, very good morning and warm welcome to everyone. And thank you, sir, for such a nice introduction. Hope everyone can listen my audio. And I hope you all people are safe during this pandemic situation, COVID-19, we are fighting against it. So today's session, what we actually gonna hear about is, it's a session based on creative career and its opportunities. So why we exactly conducting this kind of a webinar for all the people who are there are many different kinds of students may presented over here, like first year, second year, third year, final years. So why especially this session is on creative careers and its opportunities? Because we are in a pandemic situation, like you people all know, struggling for number of job, like many people are passed out and many people are working or currently looking for the career changes. They're not getting that much amount of career possibilities because there are many sectors actually got closed due to this COVID-19 outbreak. I think you all people heard about it. Many IT companies, many employees, many things actually got closed due to this. But there are some industries specifically who are still working and very effective during in this kind of pandemic situation also. That's one of the industry we're going to study about is called as creative career. So why I mention it as a creative career means because here we're not going to learn anything about something like it's not a career which similar to engineering, arts or law or any kind of MBBS or anything relevant to that. It's a career, it's entirely based on an industry called entertainment industry. So let me check about this creative career and what are the opportunities are available in this creative career. That is a major thing we're going to see in today's session. But before we get in the session, I just want to talk about something like what is the term of creative? Like you people have many different kinds of answers for creative, okay? But the term creative means it's something if I ask many students what is creativity means, they will answer something like being unique, think different, or being outside of the box, or something innovative. Many different kinds of answers usual to come. But creative is a sense is presented in among with everyone. The only thing is how we gonna utilize our creativity and why creativity is very important. That's a major thing we're gonna see in today's session actually. So first and foremost thing, what creativity helps us first of all? Creativity helps us to innovate. So what is mean the term innovation first in the beginning? If you ask me, the entire world is made up of design categories. There are two types of design categories. One is an inclusive design, another one is an exclusive design. The term inclusive design is a design which created in early period. Still now, the design is not even a change. The functionality as well as the appearance. Whereas the term exclusive design, due to the creativity as well as the current technology, the innovations has been happened and it helps us to give a different kinds of solution to many different types of problems. So what creativity generally helps us is it helps us to innovate as well as give a solution to a problem also. For example, let me consider this one. This is a safety pin and which is created in the year of 1849. And still now the design and functionality is not even a change, but still we using safety pin for what? Different kinds of problem. It's giving solution also. Same like that you take this rubber band. It also invented in the year of 1849, 1845. Still now the design is not even a change here. Still it's giving a solution for what? Multiple different kinds of problems we are facing. But these are all belongs to the category of inclusive design. Whereas the term exclusive design is all about due to the creativity as well as the innovation, the entire technology got what? It's got upgraded. Let me show a small example for it. This is what the innovation has happened in the automobile industry. In a very earlier period, we used this kind of wooden tires and which required what? An animal or a human to pull this thing up. But do we require the same kind of technology right now? We have different types of varieties of tires have been came, different types of mechanics has been came, engines has been came, fast running vehicles has been came. So it doesn't require any kind of human or animal to pull this thing up. Same like that you ask me in the banking industries. 10 to 15 years back, if you want to deposit a cash or you want to withdraw a cash, what do you need to do? You need to stand in a very long queue. Then we have to get a token. We have to take in a white chalon. We have to write all the descriptions like our bank details, our account details, our name, and all those stuff. And then we have to either get a cash or withdraw cash. Do we require the same kind of technology right now? No. We have ATM machines right now. These ATM machines are helps us to withdraw cash as well as to deposit the cash too. Same like that. Do we require ATM right now? No. We have mobile phones, smartphones with us. With the help of like many online transactions like Google Pay, Paytm, we can able to transfer money from one account to another account from our home itself. So how the technology got innovated is because of the creativity. The person who just think apart from everyone else. Like how we gonna make this thing a very a complex thing, very easier for a user. Same you think about the navigation industry. In olden days, people use compass, maps for traveling and all. Now we have GPS. We have Google Maps right now. GPS enables to find out where the exact location we are. With the help of GPS along with Google Map, we can find wherever we want to go. We can go to the places in a very faster way. So all these kinds of features actually how they got innovated with the help of creativity only. Even we take about these persons. I don't like how many of people know about this person, but this person name is Walt Disney. And you check out this person, Sachin Tendulkar. And this person is a very famous Hollywood director. His name is Steven Spielberg. And she is not an indie film actress or nothing. Her name is Ritu Kumar. She is one of the India's leading fashion designer. And as usual, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, as well as the WhatsApp, Instagram, many different kinds of social products. So what's the very most common about these achievers if you think? For example, if you check Walt Disney, his hobby was only drawing. He used to draw many kinds of arts in the childhood. That creativity and his hobby only is converted into passion and he achieved a career in what? In animation industry. He is the person who created a more number of Walt Disney characters, Mickey Mouse, Minnie, many different kinds of characters he created. Same you take Sachin Tendulkar. At the age of 5, he started playing cricket. What he done? He just chose his career in a very different creativity one. He pursued his hobby. He converted that hobby into a passion. Now he became one of the world famous cricket person. You took at Steven Spielberg. When other kids go out and play, Steven Spielberg used to watch many different kinds of movies in his childhood. Will you people believe me? At the age of 17, he created his own sci-fi short film. So what he also done, he converted his hobby and converted it into a passion, and then he accomplished a career and award in a VFX industry as a movie director. And he is very famous for what sci-fi films. Without Steven Spielberg, we don't even know how a dinosaur will get through. And Ritu Kumar you take. Ritu Kumar is not a normal fashion designer. She is a worldwide very famous and she is from India. And Ritu Kumar is not just a name, it's a brand. It's a brand, something like Adidas, Reebok, like that. Ritu Kumar is a brand. If you go to Google and type Ritu Kumar, you can get a brand, all those stuffs and everything. Ritu Kumar is just a brand actually. And do you people believe me? Like from the top celebrities to the princes of England, they are using Ritu Kumar's costume like dressings only. But how she started a career? She started a career as a block printing artist. Like block printing means putting patterns on the dresses and all from her childhood. That's how she actually became an Indian leading fashion designer. And Mark Zuckerberg you take. So what is the famous thing about him? How the Facebook got very much famous? 4 students. They all want to stay connected together even after the college got over. So for the college project, what they done is they created a normal application for the communication between 4 of them. And it's got very much popular and they got invited from other schools and colleges nearby with them for explaining about the project and giving the presentation. By that way, Mark Zuckerberg launched his application called as Facebook. Now, Facebook has a more number of population when compared to all other different kinds of social media platforms. So, what is common about this achiever? They all converted their hobby into a passion. From the passion, they started a career and they all became an entrepreneur. So that's how what they done is they didn't choose a normal path. They used a creativity. They think a different path among from all other people. And they become world famous personalities right now. So even if you use your creativity, you can convert your hobby from passion. And from the passion, you can get a more superb career. Many people are getting confused between the job and career. Is the job and career or same means? No, it's certainly not. Job is what we do for a living. Career is what we're gonna become, what we're gonna accomplish. That is what the career is all about. If you ask me like Sachin Tendulkar have a job or a career, I say career. He's not having a job, he's having a career. He became an entrepreneur. He set the goals and many people are getting inspired from him to become like the next Sachin Tendulkar. So you people have to be clear. Like you need to find out what's your hobby first of all. And you have to convert that hobby into a passion. Okay, so we see all about this creativity stuffs and all those things and every single thing. So now let me show a small video so that you people can understand like how this creativity got innovated in our day-to-day life. You people have been seen a video, right? I don't know like about the sound, whether you people heard it or not, but the sound is not the very much important thing. But when you check out the video, you people may question me like, why sir there is so much hype for creating in a jam bottle? We can go and buy in my nearby store, right, for buying any kind of jam. Why there is so much iPhone for using this much of technologies for a jam bottle means it's of course there is so much hype. Why means because we are living in a world with that much amount of technologies are there. If you check that video, there is a person who making his own jam bottle from his home, and he just marking his like brand by with the help of like what barcode scanner. So from the person it's going for the cargo and shipping area, like there are many different kinds of products is usually come for the shipping and area. So with the help of like what like goggles that person wearing, right, it's called as mixed reality technology. That person is getting navigated like where you have to place a new stock and where you have to place the old stock and every single thing, because it's a cargo section area. In the cargo section area, the jam alone won't be there. There will be many different kinds of product, but that person is carrying a jam bottle, and that goggles is helping him to like where you have to place that object. And with the help of like what drones as well as the security camera, all the details of the products who are incoming as well as exporting, all those things are getting recorded and monitored. Data is keep on circulating, like how many number of products has been came, how many number of products has been exported to the store. And in the store it's a very huge supermarket, and the storekeeper is using an application. It's along belong to a technology called as augmented reality. With the augmented reality technology, that storekeeper is finding like how many number of stock has been left, and he ordering the stock with the help of an application. And there is a woman is coming for the shop, and if you check that video very well, you can find out like that woman is specifically choosing a low sugar jam. In that like shelf, you can find there will be more than like 90 to 100 plus of jam bottles have been there. But that application helps her to find out which jam containing low sugar calorie, and she purchasing the product and she paying the money with the help of an online transaction. And after she came home, she actually like tasting the product, and she feel like she meant what she giving the like, comment, share, as well as what if she again she want to order the product, she again using the same QR code scanner for ordering the product from her home itself. So what exactly happened is your life got innovated. These technologies make your work life very easier. So this is what the current industry and technology is all about, ma. So we gonna see those kind of like innovative careers only in the sessions right now. So the first career I'm gonna talk about is this person. I don't like how many of people know about this person, but if I tell the name like which we worked on, surely you gonna like feel like OMG, this is the person who created this thing. His name is Brendan Green. He is none other the creator of PUBG, Player Unknown Battleground. Brendan Green, that's the person name. The founder of PUBG, Player Unknown Battleground. So the question which I asked is, who is he? So we got the answer for this. His name is Brendan Green. And the second question I asked is right now is, what is net worth? So you people have any idea like how much Brendan Green earned the money from one single game of PUBG? You may think something like a 1 crore or 2 crore or 3 crore or 15, 20 crore, something like that. But till 2019 October or December, based on that record statistics, Brendan Million earned 5 billion US dollars. According to the Indian money, it was 34,000 crores. So how this much amount of money Brendan Green earned it? And you people believe me, the PUBG was launched on 2017 of July. The official version is launched on December, but the beta version is on July. So 2017 December to 2020, 2019 December you take, in a 2 years of time, Brendan Green earned 5 billion US dollars. How is this possible? It's possible. Why means because he chose a career in what? Game design and game programming. You people may wonder why game is so big and so everything and all. Because guys and girls, I don't know whether you believe me or not, gaming industry sector is ruling for a very long time. And there are worldwide, if you take, there are more number of populations for what people who craze on games alone. And if you ask me about Brendan Green, okay, he's started his career as a game tester. Like I don't know how many of people know about this or read about this job, game testers, where in gaming companies there is a job called as game testers where our only role is to play games. Like we have to play computer games, and for that computer, like if we play for 8 hours, a company will give pay for us. And why the company is paying for us means we have to play the game, we have to find what are the bugs and flaws, all those things inside that game actually. So that's a major thing. So that's how Brendan Green has started his career as a game tester. But later, he pursued a skill. He undergone as a self-development on create career on game design and game programming. Then he like shifted his job from Rockstars. Like Rockstars, I know many people have heard about it. Famous for games like GTA, as well as like Mankind, these kinds of games and all like Manhunt and many different types of games. But GTA is one of the very famous games of Rockstar. He started a career in that. He worked with many different kind of games over there. Then he shifted to many companies where he been part of many different games, something like Clash of Clans, Mini Militia, Fortnite. He worked with all kinds of games. Actually, then he quit from all the company. He started his own company of Player Unknown Battleground, and he released PUBG on December 2017. And will you people believe me? Like the official version of PUBG launched on December 2017. Within the month of Jan 2000 or Feb 2018, they got almost 5 million users, paid users 5 million alone. Now, worldwide population, if you take, there are more than 700 million plus people who are using PUBG right now. So, how much this game actually got innovated? You check over here. And many people, if I say, go and pursue a career in game design and game program, because many of them, if I ask what you doing means I'm playing PUBG, I'm very interested in games. When I tell them, why can't you learn a career in a game design or a game program, they used to tell me like, okay, if I want to learn game, I have to go for coding. I don't even know anything about C, C++ or C Sharp, nothing I don't know. Then how can I go for the coding? How I can get a job in a game designing? It's a myth actually for a very long time, but it's entirely wrong. Why means because in game industries you have a career in both design as well as a programmer. A designer who just only going to design the environment. For example, if you take PUBG, the game environment, what are the environment and assets things you can see? You can see a bike, a car, a human, a female, male, buildings will be there, mountains and grasses, trees, all these stuffs are what? They belongs to assets categories. And if you know only the design part alone, there is a large amount of opportunity for you to get placed in companies like EA. And when I asked a person like where is this EA company is located or Ubisoft or any kind of the gaming companies, they keep on saying it's located in foreign companies. In foreign lands only it's been there. It's been in US, London, but it's nothing wrong. It's entirely wrong because the companies like EA you take, Ubisoft you take, Sumo Digital you take, and even you take Zynga. Zynga, I don't know, like many of you people may never fond of this game company, but games like Farmville, Candy Crush are developed by the company name called as Zynga. These companies are in the region of Bangalore and Pune only. EA is in Hyderabad region, Ubisoft is in Pune, Zynga is in Bangalore, Sumo Digital is in Pune. And these companies established their branches in India before 10 years. Why they exactly done is because in India only there are people with more number of youngest population. And there are more than 250 gaming development companies are there. And just imagine, okay, like how long you people gonna play games? It's a time for you to make a career and you can get a job in a gaming company itself. And working in a gaming company is like almost like a heaven, ma. Even you won't be getting that much of facilities as well as water, like facilities and all in normal IT companies also. So, and there is a large amount of opportunity. If you learn game design, there is a large amount of opportunity for you to getting placed in different kinds of company, because you people know, like even in this pandemic situation, we playing PUBG and many different kinds of games are getting keep on launched. Even PS5 is got launched right now recently. I think you all people have been seeing that thing. Uncharted 1, 2.0, many different kinds of games, Resident Evil, many games are still coming, and how these industries are working, because these industries are belong to the entertainment medium. And you people know, like a very three basic needs of human being. One is food and shelter, second one is money, third one is the entertainment. If the human didn't get these three things, he will be die. And these gaming industries belong to what? The entertainment industry. And if you learn a career in game design, there is a very much job opportunity for you in the upcoming future. Same like that, the one more industry I want to talk about is something like relevant to the interior designing. You people may ask him like, why interior design? Because there are people like BR and civil engineers are there. Why we need to learn interior designing? You people are again getting in a very wrong myth. A civil engineer or a BArch student, like they're gonna work on the foundations, like how the land is gonna be. They're testing on the soil foundation, whether it's soil is stable or foundation is strong or not. How many number of storage blocks can be built in this area? What kind of the blueprint? All those stuff they're gonna do. But what an interior designer is gonna do? Interior designer is gonna make a best feasibility as well as the aesthetic for your living. That's what the interior designer job is major role. And whether you people know or not, like India is the world's second largest population. And within few to 5 to 6 more years, we will be beating the China on the population record. So the current statistics of the land and every single thing in upcoming 5 years, after 5 to 6 years, getting a 450 or a 500 square feet for a one single person is going to be a very hard. We can't get 1000 or 2000 square feet and all after 5 years. You can't buy the land because that much amount of population have been increased. Maximum how much space we can get based on the statistics as per the government have been given is maybe we can get either 500 or 450 square feet area alone. So in that 450 and 500 square feet, we need a best interior house for living with all the aesthetic and all the feasibility things also it's required. So that's what an interior designer is doing. If you check what interior design is generally doing is it's making your product value as a larger one. For example, buying a food in a normal restaurant and a restaurant which I mentioned in this picture, it's going to be entirely different. Why? Because of the interior, the product range is also what? It's going to become higher. Just imagine this mall. If you go to mall, you can find more than 100 and 150s of shops will be there. But have you ever feel something like this much of so congested in a mall? That's how they actually designed the thing, everything. Even you took a library. There is an interior designer who worked with this on the base of the acoustic. Sound should not be entered. It should be a noise-free one. And there should be more amount of air for circulation should be there. And people should not feel congested when sit next to other. So all these things were designed by an interior designer only. You took an art gallery. Even we took a cinema hall, we getting a different kind of experience. In art gallery, the silence will be there. Whereas in a cinema hall, we should have a very good atmosphere of sound. The digital sound, like the sound should travel from left to right and all those stuffs and everything. You took at the Pepperfry office. Even the celebrities, what they exactly doing? They converting their house into something like a unique one. And who is helping all behind them? An interior designer. Even apart from all this stuff, you take this thing. Now you can easily find out how a product value is getting high with the help of an interior designer. The left hand side is in a Starbucks cafe and the right hand side is in a normal tea shop. In a Starbucks cafe, okay, a coffee price is 200 rupees. Whereas in a tea shop, I can get the same kind of coffee for 10 to 15 rupees right now. But what's a very big difference? Why? Because in Starbucks cafe, I can take my laptop, I can get a free Wi-Fi, I can buy a single cappuccino and I can sit for more than 2 hours and nobody is going to ask me like, what are you doing here? But it is same possible in a tea shop. Will you buy if a tea shop is a person who's selling a tea for 200 rupees? Or you can request a tea shop owner to give a Wi-Fi connection. so that I can sit for 2 hours. You pour a tea after if you sit for more than 10 minutes. So this is what exactly happening, ma. Let me show you one small video how the interior designing got innovated right now. There's a company called Life Edited Foundation and Fair Companies. There's a person named called as Graham Hill, who is very much famous for creating innovative interiors in a very lesser square feet, with all kinds of accessibility, functionality, as well as is much more aesthetic also. Just check out this video. Just check this, guys. It's a life edited company and it's just a 350 square feet prototype house. So this is what the future, ma. So learning and a career on interior designing will helps you to get into a different kinds of like in a future prototype, this kinds of buildings and everything over here. And I think you people have any kinds of doubts or any questions. Means once a session got over, like we will be having ending in the session. We have a queries and all those things and all. And if you have any kinds of questions, you can ask me that time, Mark. Okay. Okay. So the next industry I'm going to talk about is the industry based on UI design as well as development. So why I'm especially talking about this industry on UI design and development is because we are in the industry version of 4.0. Like I don't know, like how many of people know, like industries keep on get changed. We are in the current industry of 4.0. Let me tell the industry revolution right now so that you people get to know very easily. Okay, just a minute. Okay, it's got loaded. Okay, this is the evolution of industry, ma. The very earlier of industry 1.0 it started in 1784 where steam has been a very major power. Industry 2.0 is entirely based on mass production assembly line as well as electrical energies. And industry 3.0, like you all people know, where the computer, chipset, processor, and all those things actually got evolved. Now we are in the current version of industry 4.0. And people who have knowledge in industry 4.0 only, they're going to get very large amount of jobs for the upcoming decade because it's going to rule in more than like 2 to 4 decades right now. Because what industry 4.0 is majorly on, it's actually based on IoT. IoT means what? Internet of things. Like what are the things which you can able to control with the help of an internet. And it's also dealing with the technology of cloud computing, mobile technologies like application development, online transaction and all those stuff, big data analytics, like data visualization is playing a very major role. Like you people all know, data visualization is a very much more demand mass. So what is data visualization means, like how you going to convert a data into a very easier form of a user to understand. For example, if you check this COVID-19 actually right over here. So you can find a very good data visualization over here, like total number of cases today, and where are the zones which contain more number of peoples over here. And if I select any one of the particular district also, I can able to find out like how many number of total cases are there. This is one of the very good example for the data visualization. So And then big data analytics, like in the very first video I showed you, right, like a jam bottle, like how the data has been keep on transfer from one place to another. And then we have like cyber security, 3D printing. It's one of the very important thing again. So all this entire thing is we working on a screen based 3D printing. I'll tell about you more briefly in the end of the session. So all these things are right now, it's entirely based on a screen based. You know what, like in every single day, 90% of the communication are through the screen based. Like that's how the technology got developed. Like we people are in a pandemic situation, but we still learning some new concepts with the help of water, with the help of a Zoom meeting like this, and it's all it's working through an internet. And many of you people are viewing this webinar from a different kinds of devices. Some people may come from laptop or a desktop or a mobile or a tablet. So all the screens are giving a same kind of a user experience on the seminar. Am I right or wrong? Same like the revolution you take on the mobile UI design actually. This is a very earlier versions of mobile which is in famous. I don't know how many of people know about it. This is a business class model of BlackBerry phone. It's one of the topmost mobile which almost ruled the world in the very earlier period, but which has been overtaken by the phone of smartphone, invented by Apple, founder of the CEO Steve Jobs. So who invented this? So why this smartphone it's overtook this kind of business class mobile? It's because if you're using this kind of a business class mobile, okay, it's required two hands for you. For example, if you want to type something, means it requires two hands for you. But how you actually operating in a smartphone? With the help of one single hand, with the help of one thumb, I can able to like swipe, chat, take a photo, or send a money, or order a food, or sending a message, or any kind of thing is possible with the one single thumb. This is how the revolution has been became, like making the user to give a better experience. That's what the UI is all about. If you want to get into a company like UX or UI, there are two kinds of categories. One is UX designer, another one is a UI designer. Where a UX designer, what his major job role is, you have to do the research part and the analysis part. Like what a user is required. What are the expectation of user? What are the users are troubling on using an application and how to make it simplified for them. That is what a job of a UX designer. Whereas a UI designer is going to look on the look and feel of an application. Like I know you all people using WhatsApp, but you know like why WhatsApp is having in a green color? Why it doesn't even come in a color like red or yellow or orange or anything like that? Why? Because green is a color which is very pleasant. And even if you use WhatsApp in a night of 12 or a midnight of 1 o'clock, by seeing the green color, you won't be getting that much amount of irritated. But just imagine if you see a red color at a midnight of 12 or a 1, surely you can't see the application for more than 20 to 30 minutes. There is a color psychology behind every single thing. If you check with the KFC mobile application, the entire color application will be red. Zomato, you take entire color application will be red. Swiggy, you take the entire color application will be in orange, yellow as well as red. Why are they using this kind of red and orange for restaurants? Because psychologically, by seeing those colors, we get more and more tempted and we get hunger. So there is a UI designer job is to design the application, make of the application look and feel must be very good and very easier for the user to understand what that icon is actually for. You should not get any doubted. So if you learn a career in UX and UI design, there is a plenty amount of job opportunities are getting placed in different kinds of companies, ma. And not only that, this is a screenshot which I took from a Naukri website actually. More than any other career, okay, if you have a basic experience for 3 to 5 years in a UX designer, the company is ready to pay you a salary from 5 to 9 lakhs per annum. It depends upon your portfolio. Portfolio means like how much number of projects you have been worked and how many number of demo rooms you contain. Based on the companies are ready to offer you in a salary scale just took over you. And you know what? Like there are many other companies are looking for a UX designer and a UI designer right now. Swiggy, you take. Like many of them, if I say Swiggy, they say like we get a job as a delivery agent only. No, it's entirely wrong. Swiggy is looking for a UI designer. Why are they looking for UI designer? Every single day, if you check the Swiggy application, you can find more number of new advertisements. Who's going to design those advertisements? Who's going to design all the pages for each and every single restaurant? A UI designer only going to design it. They are requiring an UI designer, and you people won't believe me. Even companies like TCS also won't give you that much amount of like what and the satisfaction as well as உங்களுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஸ்விக்கி கொடுக்குற அளவுக்கு டீச்சர்ஸ் கூட கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. Seriously, guys. And you take Apple, they are looking for UX designer as well as UI designers. There are many other companies. The Zoho you take, it's one of the Chennai's largest like what software as a service they actually doing. So they are looking for a UX designer, UI designer. There are many much more companies I can list it out for you. So it is also one of the superb career. And the next career I'm going to talk about is visual effects as well as the animations. When I talk about VFX and animation, many people are thinking like, what we gonna get there, and what is the biggest thing on getting in a working in a movie and all? Because guys, you people all may heard about the movie of Avatar. The very earlier version of Avatar is first version is released on 2009. I know it's actually like you people all know it's created a very big record, but it's almost been like 10 plus years, but still Avatar 2 has not been launched. You know why? And right now only they inform they're going to launch the Avatar 2 on 2021, and it may get postponed like due to this COVID-19 pandemic situation. But you know what is the technology they're using in Avatar, and why actually James Cameron took this much amount of time? Because he's gonna give a user an experience first time. We're gonna experience a 3D movie without wearing a 3D glasses. That's kind of technology actually they work with it and they accomplished also. Just imagine, so far if we go in a 3D movie, we used to wear glasses, and sometimes the glasses will be like hurt our ears as well as sometimes we get my headache, all those stuff. But James Cameron found a technology where people can experience a 3D movie without wearing a 3D glasses at all. And it won't be like a possible in all kinds of theaters. Surely it will be possible in IMAX and all kinds of high qualified movies and cinema theaters alone. So, but look at them, how much of efforts they're putting in the VFX industries. And not only that, ma'am, if you check with all the famous visual effects movies like from Avengers till Star Wars, you know what? They actually crossed $1 billion on the records actually. Like, you know what? Avengers Endgame has been creating a record of holding $2.79 billion. It's beat the record of Avatar and the previous record of Titanic and all many movies actually. But you know what? For making the Avengers Endgame alone, more than 500 plus companies got working there. You know that? More than 500 plus companies, visual effects company combined together and worked in that movie. And just think about it. If 500 VFX companies have been working, how many employees will be there in that movie? And we all talking about this Hollywood stuff and everything, but there are some Indian visual effects artists also, like people like him, Srinivas Mogan. He is a leading visual effects artist and he won twice the national awards. Oscar is for some Hollywood movies, stuff and everything. But for Indians, my national award is one of the very biggest achievement. And 2 times he won that award for the movies like Bahubali as well as Endiran. And if you people think like all the Hollywood movies are stuff they are doing in the foreign countries, it's entirely wrong. Because companies like Phantom Effects, it's located in Ambattur in Chennai. And if you check out the movies, they have been worked with many different kinds of foreign movies and all are working in Chennai company productions only. Companies like Phantom Effects, Bot Effects, DNEG, Prism and Pixels, Pixstone. There are many different kinds of VFX companies are there, and they are working with many different kinds of VFX projects. And this person you take like Vijay Arpadraj, he is the CEO and founder of Phantom Effects. He is one of the very old alumni student of our parental company of ICAT College. And they are recruiting more than 100 to 250 people per year for this company alone. Right now, more than 2,000 plus members actually working in the company of Phantom Effects right now. Even in this pandemic situation, they are working from home on working on this different kinds of movies and series. So there are some sectors are still working, man. These are coming under these sectors only. And not only that, okay, even if you learn 3D and visual effects, it's not something like you have to go for only like a movie industry alone. There are many different kinds of job sectors you can go. You can go in virtual realities, 3D printing. 3D printing again is a very big domain. Like you people know goldsmith, right? Person who make jewels and all those stuffs and all we call goldsmith. But do you think still goldsmith is making all the different kinds of jewel we're viewing right now? No, because there are some 3D designer who design the entire 3D model of a jewel and they give it to the printing company, and from the printing company they use 3D printing machine to print the jewel within less than 20 to 30 minutes of time. But creating jewel, leather bags, shoe heels, it's an all very older one for 3D printing. With the current technology of 3D printing, we can build a house in 24 hours. Yes, it's possible. All you need to do is you need to know any kind of a software knowledge either in Maya or 3ds Max. You need to model and you build your house or any kind of stuff you want to make a 3D printer. And once if it's done means there are many different kinds of printing machines are there. This is one of where you can see this machine actually built in a house in a 24 hours, and this machine actually tested in Russia, and you people all know like what is Russia is for. It's having a very worst weather, and in that kind of worst weather also this machine made that house in 24 hours, and it just cost so this much amount of different domains are there, ma. Even I'll show you one more small video like for promoting an advertisement of any kind of product. This kind of visual effects is helping as a very major. This is an advertisement for a car. Look how they actually promoted that product actually. So you have very different types of career opportunities are there if you just learn 3D and VFX alone. And now the final industry sector I'm going to talk about is called as multimedia design. So what is multimedia designers is learning all those stuff like people who have knowledge from print, digital industries, as well as like a 3D, as well as VFX. They possess all different kinds of skills. Why they having a learning all those stuff means because there are still some companies who are looking for an employee should contain like multiple types of skills. For example, if you take RRD, you take They've been for more than 100 plus years in India actually. Like it's a company like a very older. Okay, it's been there from more than 100 plus years actually, and they are for printing as well as for digital screening and mobile application. They're looking for an employee should have a knowledge in both printing industry as well as in mobile industries. And if I talk about the printing industry, it's one of the ever medium industry. Like you people have any idea like the newspapers you take? Okay, you know like how many newspapers are presented in India? If I say a question like this, people say something like 20 or 30 like that. But will you people believe me? Like newspaper is one of the very biggest medium in Indian economy. Like there are more than 80,000 plus newspaper companies are there in India. 80,000 plus newspapers. And per day, 110 billion newspaper copies are getting sold. India is one of the largest supermarket for especially for newspaper industries. So there are large number of opportunity for you to get a placed as a graphic designer in many newspaper companies like Times of India, Hindu, Dinagaran, and these companies are offering a fresher with a salary of 20 to 25,000 mark. Seriously. So what is our very big mistake is like there are two types of queues are there. In one queue, the demand is less. Well, what we say like the opportunities are less, and there are large number of people who are waiting in there. And there are some sectors here like this. There are large number of opportunities are here, and the supply is very less. People who are coming here are very less. So what is very important nowadays is along with the creativity, you need to know learn any one of this kind of additional skill sets will make your job as a career as a boosted also. For example, many people have been seeing this, have used this till now. What they are using is it's a remote, TV remote. But this remote, it's actually okay. If it's been before like 5 years or 6 years back, okay, we can accept it. But do you still think this remote is a good design and it's a very effective design in today's business world means it's entirely wrong. Why? Because it's containing so much number of buttons over here. And honestly, you people say, you people ever use more than volume as well as channel apart from any other buttons in your life? 70% of the people never use more than these buttons. But we still don't know why some of the buttons actually got presented over there. So if we present this kind of design in a today's business world means you will get lost. You won't even get noticed. So what is a today's and current expectation is something like this. A person should have a very unique idea in what minimalistic and smart design. You check out this remote. You can operate it with your one single forefinger as well as thumb. And if you have so much style on using your finger, you can activate the mic and you can use your voice for what? Changing the channels. And this kind of design is very easy and we can use it for multiple purpose for controlling my TV as well as my like what 5.1 speakers, AZ. So one device for multiple solution as well as for multiple device controlling things also. So this is the reason like there are many people who are getting a good salary as well as a low salary. So you people can utilize this pandemic situation as a lockdown. You can utilize it by learning any one of the skills among all these given mentioned courses which I mentioned over here like AR, VR, gaming sectors, interior designing, web technologies, 3D animation, visual effects industries, fashion designing, graphic designing, TV advertisements. So if you like learn any one of the skills among these courses, there is a plenty number of opportunity for you to get in place in these kinds of companies. And let me show you one example for that. This person, Ravindran Baiju. You people all know about him. A Baiju's application is an online application again, where you can learn for your many different kinds of subjects. Schooling start from 5th to 6th standard still. GE, NET, many different kinds of educational subjects over here. But how Ravindran Baiju done it? You know the background of Ravindran Baiju, he is a school teacher. But what he done is, he actually analyzed what the students require. Students need some kind of guidance once if they went home. Like they need some kind of guidance. Like if they contain any kinds of, if they got any kind of queries about who they will ask. If there is no amount of presence of teacher and students don't like to learn from the textbooks. So what they've done is they created an application which is very interactive medium, like teaching the students in a very newer form of education. So that's the reason Baidu's became very much more famous and they got like a brand ambassador of Shah Rukh Khan. You people all know hiring a person like Shah Rukh Khan as a brand ambassador, it's gonna cost that much. And he is now one of the millionaire in India. Just imagine, Baidu started in 2015. Within 5 years, he became one of the India's richest person. How all this possible? He just chose his job in a different perspective. He became an innovative thinker. So, hope you guys have a good knowledge, or you people may learn something new in this. And if you have any kind of like, what do you say, career oriented related queries or any other things, you can always contact our team. So they are always ready to help you for solving any kind of related career queries and everything. So it's time for the question and answers. If you people have any kinds of questions or queries, you can ask me, ma. So any questions from your side or anything you want to know or any doubts you have?
Participants, you have any questions, you can ask. Participants? Excitement, shall we conclude? Ma'am? Sir?
Yes, sir.
There's a question. What's the difference between UI and UX?
Okay, the question between UI and UX is all about experience, ma. Okay, while you're using an application on Swiggy, okay, let me take an application of Swiggy over here. You want to order a food, okay, you opening the Swiggy application, and once if you open, you just get more number of advertisements, right? Like new products and nearby restaurants and what are the today's offer. But you are very specific in choosing a product of what water, a chocolate milkshake. So what Swiggy is providing you is Swiggy providing you a search bar where you just typing your food name, and it's easily like with a very easily you can able to find the product, and you just buying the product and you giving all your address, home address, and every single thing. And if you like the order, if you want to cancel the order, there is always a button cancel order within 2 minutes of time. And suppose if the company actually, the restaurant actually cancel the order means what? You have like a 24/7 support of the customer support team, where you can go to the customer support team, like you can request your query, and you can get your money back within 3 to 4 working days of time. So what you're getting is it's a better experience. Am I right or wrong? Like you're not finding any kind of trouble, or if you don't require any kind of an expert help, or you don't require any kind of tutorial for handling this application. You take WhatsApp. WhatsApp, a company from a company CEO till a vegetable seller, both have been using a WhatsApp, and you just check with the knowledges. They don't have any kind of like water requires any kind of help or thing for handling an application. So that is what the experience is all about. Like when we use an application, we should not feel something like any kinds of doubts or queries. We should not request any kinds of person helps for them. Their application should serve as a fulfilled thing for us. That is what is all about UX, understanding a user and what is user expected. Whereas UI is how the application look and feel is all about. Have you ever feel something like a readability problem or image clarity problem? or the color contrast problem in any kind of application like WhatsApp or Zomato or Swiggy, nothing, right? You can still read the text as well as you can see the images and everything very perfect now. So that is what we call as user interface design is all about. And experience is a like a person who do the entire research part about what a user needs and requesting. Designer is going to make the look and feel of the app must be very easier for the user to understand. And finally, it's go for the developer. Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, any other question? You can raise your hand so that I can unmute you.
Any questions you have, ma? Uh, Let me open the chat. Difference between which is the best, game design or game testing? Obviously, game design only. So why I'm not telling you about game testing means because game testing is not a permanent job, ma. It's like a what do you say? It's like a contract based one. Once if you've done the game testing means the company will fire you. They won't keep you permanently because it's everything. Okay. You people asked about game design. Now let me share a small story about a company name called as Sumo Digital. Okay. One of my friend is recently was working is got shifted to Sumo Digital like in the Jan month of Jan. But you people all know like from the March we are in a lockdown situation. So he just came to Chennai right now and is like living next to two streets of me from my home. When I was talking to him about like how is your experience on Sumo Digital working with it, you people won't believe me. The company is still giving them in a full salary, and along with that, they're giving the 2,500 rupees extra for the electricity bill as well as for the net coverages bill, plus 2,000 rupees for any kind of food they can order from Swiggy and Zomato because company used to give them as snacks in the evening time, but it's not possible in this COVID situation right now because everybody work from home. For compensating that, company giving them 2,000 rupees extra for that. So just imagine they're getting 4,500 rupees extra alone from the company for the EV as well as current bill, along with the snacks also. No other company will give you apart from this kind of gaming companies. So I prefer always go for design more than a tester. Okay, any other queries you have? Any queries, ma? So any more questions you have, guys? Okay. If you
Okay,
have
sir.
any more question, means I'll share my mail ID with your department HOD or a professor. So you can mail me that. And if you have any kind of career related queries, you can use this number to get solve your queries and all those stuffs and everything. Again, I'm telling you guys, you can use this pandemic situation, okay, to learn a new skill and which will really help you for to get a very better career as far as the future. And I'm wishing you very all the best also. Be safe and learn something new. Okay. Thank you so much, ma.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must best be felt by the art. Thank you is one such prayer among them. We consider it a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks to all who have witnessed it as a memorable and successful webinar. Today, our words are not enough to express gratitude. On behalf of our college, we would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Yogesh, who graced us with his thought provoking address and set a perfect platform for this webinar. I cannot thank everyone enough for the involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Last but not least, we thank all the people for showing their interest in this webinar. I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks a lot for their support. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the participants for joining this webinar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.